Hey guys, how's it going? Maniac Mower here. Previously on the channel I had made a video on this little 8-horse Briggs. I have not posted the video yet. It was just kind of us tearing it apart, seeing what exactly failed on it, because it had a screw get lost and the carburetor ended up going into the head and putting a dent in the head, and also the piston. We tore it down, we looked it over to see what happened with it. We also looked at the carburetor, which was the cause of the problem. The throttle butterfly lost a screw, it went into the head and it dented into the head, and also the piston, causing the engine to get stuck. Still not 100% positive what caused that, but I did talk about it in the last video, what I thought it could be. So what I'm going to do is we are going to find out. I really want to see if we can get this engine running. I have not posted the video yet. In the video I asked you guys if you wanted to see me get this engine running, but I haven't posted the video yet. I did a different video instead because I sat down and really thought about this thing for a while, and I've been looking it over, not very much, but just kind of thinking about it. I think we are going to go on ahead and continue on and see if we can get this motor running. Today is Saturday, so the video will be going up tomorrow. I think that is just about it. So I think without further ado, let's go on ahead and take a look at this guy. The camera battery is going low, so I'm going to charge it. While I'm doing that, I'm going to throw that carburetor in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I'm going to clean the carburetor for this engine, just get it sort of where we can run it. Maybe we'll get it to run, maybe not. I'm just hoping to get it to run a little bit. I was told if I get this thing running, I'm probably going to end up having to order a rebuild kit. I really don't want to do that. I want to see if I can use the gaskets that are on it over again. If I can't, then I guess maybe I'll order a rebuild kit. But if I do that, I'll also get a new carburetor. And while I was looking at it, I noticed that the valve was bent. I was actually told the valve was bent. I really didn't want to know too much about the engine though, because I wanted to uncover it in the video. This valve here is bent. I'm not sure how we're going to get it unbent or what bent it, but I did talk about it a little bit, what I thought could have been it. I think the plan is I'm going to put a piece of wood right here and just hammer on it. Try to see if we can flatten that valve out somehow. And once we get the valve flattened out, we'll do a compression test. I do have the head gasket the engine came with. I am going to use that head gasket. I know there's a lot of theories out there that you can't reuse a head gasket, but the gasket looked okay. It didn't look terrible to the point where it'll never run with it again, but I think that I might, if I'm lucky, be able to get a little bit of run out of it. We're just trying to see if it'll run. We're not trying to restore it or save it. We're just trying to see if we can get this engine to run. If I had a rebuild kit laying around here somewhere, I'd put it on here, but I'm just going to try to use the gaskets it has already. I think that the gasket is stuck to this. Yeah, see? If I don't drop everything, it still does have a gasket on it, so I think we'll be able to get it to run again somewhat. So let me put the battery on the charger. I'll throw the carburetor in the cleaner. Once I do that, I'll bring you guys back. Put that carburetor in the ultrasonic cleaner and let it run for a while. I have not taken a good look at this engine yet. I haven't done anything since you guys were gone. I did loosen up the exhaust, however, it is loose. It was loose, there we go. So maybe we'll be able to take that off and look inside of there and see what's going on with this valve. I don't think it's the valve stem. I almost just wonder if it's the head moved over a little bit and it's not the valve stem. So we're going to take a look at that and we're going to find out. That don't go in there very far. Let's just see. I guess while we're in there looking at that, they both look okay to me. You can see, that looks like it. You can see where that screw went in. Yeah, you can see light through there definitely. So, I don't know, it's hard to tell. I don't think the stem bent. I think it was just the top of the valve that might have shifted. So what we're going to try to do, and if we end up ruining the engine, oh well. We're not really trying to get it running. I mean, we're trying to get it running. We're not trying to save it. We just want to see if we can get this thing running or not. When I say we, I mean me and you guys. If we do end up getting it running and running good, however, maybe we'll do something with it. I'm not sure what, but we'll do something with it. Let me grab something that I can, a piece of wood or something I can put here, and a hammer. Grabbed a piece of metal and a hammer. Let's just take this, put it here. Looks like it's sealed. Yes, I saw the governor try to run away, but I caught it. Put that there. Looks like it's starting to bend down. Let's check it and just see how much light we can see through there. Yeah, I can still see light. Not terrible, but it is definitely coming this way, which is good. There we go. It's moving around. I don't want to pull that valve cover because I don't know if it's going to give me any trouble, and it looks like I don't see any light. So I think I might hit it a couple more times just to make sure it's flat, but I think we've got it pretty flat. There we go. Pick it up and down just to this. I forgot about that. Wouldn't mind knowing why this is caught in the flywheel. Let's pull this front tin off and just see what it looks like in there. What size bolt would you guys say that is? Oh, well, I guess we are not going to be able to do anything with it. The valve broke. Shit, that sucks. Well, you know what? Since we're here with it, I figured that was gonna do that. I didn't expect it to really go and bend like I wanted it to. It did bend though, because I tried moving it and I did notice it was moving, so I guess that just must have happened the last tap or two I hit on it. So let's find out. Let me grab a, I did figure that was gonna happen, but I wanted to test it anyway to see if we could get it to work. I have seen it done before where somebody will take a hammer and a block. I didn't use a block of wood, I just used a piece of metal, and they'd hammer the top of it and they'd get it to work. I was really hoping not to have to do this, but we're gonna have to pull this apart. So let's see if we can get this valve cover off of here. Oh, that was loose. And let's find out if the gasket under here is no good, then I'm not going to fool with it. What I mean by no good, I mean if it sticks to anything, I'm not going to fool with it. However, if it, you know what, I was going to pull this front cover. If it ends up coming out willingly, then maybe we'll play with it. That bolt's probably either a 7/16 or a 1/2 inch. I think it's a 7. Yeah, I figured it was. We'll pull this front cover and we'll find out why exactly that wire keeps hanging up. It'll also make a lot of the stuff we got to do on this engine easier. I feel like there's a nut in there turning with that. There we go. Swing this up. Trying not to have the cam fall out. Don't look terrible. Let's see. Right there. There we go. We fixed it. Intake, compression, exhaust. So, get this taken off. That valve didn't look very good anyway. Looking at it right now, it looks like it was ready to be replaced anyway, so. I did see where that went. I'll grab it later. There's a little bowl or something I can put these bolts in. Cool. That actually don't look terrible. It almost looks like the same breather for a Tecumseh. I wonder if it is. Right there is where it goes into the back down to the engine. You can see right here is where it goes back down to the engine. Well, here. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can. See that right there? That goes back down into the engine. Why is that valve red? That's interesting. I wonder what the deal is there. Intake. Oh, you got to grind down these valve stems to get the valves to adjust where you want them. Yeah, that sucks. So if you end up wanting to do a valve adjustment, you got to pull the valves out and grind them down. I guess that's a negative to this engine. If I had a valve keeper puller, we could pull the... You know what I just noticed? This valve right here doesn't have one of these holders on it. Well, maybe it does. It's very hard to tell. It looks like it's got some kind of valve holder on it. Maybe that's just the exhaust valve that has that on it. I'm wondering, I'm trying to think if I have another Tecumseh engine without valves in it. When I say without valves, I mean an engine I can pull a valve out of and put in this motor. Well, I'm not quite sure what the plan is here. If I'm going to go from here and put this engine away, or what's going to happen to it. It is a little bit later. I have decided I am going to go on ahead and see if I can get this valve out of here. I think there's keepers, if I'm correct, and it's like the Kohler engines, there's two little keepers on the bottom of that valve. If we can get them to come out, then I would say that we've pretty much got this engine solved. So put it right there so you can see. We wouldn't have to do this if it wasn't for me snipping valves. So let's see. Can't win them all, I guess, but we can play with it. I don't have anything to hold that valve down anymore. If I had a way to, I could hold that valve down. Where are the keepers at on these? find out, shall we? I wonder. I'm trying to figure out the keepers on this valve. On these valves and where exactly they would be. It's really hard to tell. And I can't hold it in place because of that. Can't keep it in one. I can't hold it in place because I don't have anything up here to hold on to except for a busted valve stem. Well, okay, I guess. Well, guys, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Unfortunately, we're not going to go any further with this engine. As you guys saw, that valve did break. I did go upstairs and look and see if I had another valve or if one of my Tecumseh engines had the same valve as this did, and unfortunately they don't seem to be the same. I threw it back together. I figured, well, I might as well go on ahead and just throw the engine back together. Maybe I'll end up screwing with it again one day if I get some ambition, or I don't know, maybe just sell it. I threw it all back together, that way it's all complete in case I sell it or decide I want to mess with it again. I'm not planning on doing anything with it. If anybody's interested in it for parts, let me know. I have some Tecumseh engines as well I'd probably end up throwing in. I don't know, I think I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Putting it back together though, one of the rings did break on the piston, so I'm going to end up needing a new piston ring. New piston rings. So I just pulled the rest of them off and stuck them with my other piston rings I have. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else for this. I don't think there is. I want to thank you guys for watching, hanging out in the shop today with me. I really don't think there's anything else to talk about on this little guy. Sadly, he is not a survivor, but I don't know, maybe I'll end up finding something for it, or even another engine. We can use this for parts. So, and it looks like at some point somebody had chopped the PTO shaft, so I don't think this engine would have really had much life left in it anyway. It came off a log splitter is what I'm being told, so I don't know. Well, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming here and checking out the video. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment. Unfortunately, this wasn't a very successful video. We didn't get the thing running, but we did take a look at it and we did get to try to figure it out and see what was going on with it. I think that is just about it. We took a look at the valves and everything. I'm trying to think of at the same time if there's anything else we could do with it to try and, although we'd have to replace the rings. I forgot about that, so maybe we'll just, I did put the bottom, maybe I'll just leave it how it sits and just put it upstairs. The carburetor is still sitting in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'm probably just going to throw it back together or just put it in a box and leave it in the box because it'd be a good parts donor. The butterfly for the throttle is missing a screw. I think that's it. You really can't get to it in that style carburetor, so that's kind of what put this engine in the dumpster. That end, the piston got a screw stuck in it and the head, and that seized it up. So I think that put the final nail in the coffin for this little engine, so I don't really think it's going to end up getting any more chances to run again. So I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. Thank you guys for watching. Look at that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.